Hi Pisces, welcome to my channel. My name is Spira and I have a reading for you for July of 2019, and I'm using the Psychic Tarot deck by John Holland. And you have an interesting reading, so I just want to let you know I do not do past, present, future. I like 3 cards and I put them out and I get a story, but sometimes more than one card might fly out. Also, I have this deck Crystal Visions to clarify sometimes, but what happened here is these 2 cards jumped out together, and it's really good that they did, because they actually work well together. Because when I saw it, I got a little bit nervous because you got these 2 beautiful cards. These are the equivalent of cup cards, and what you got was you got the 3 of Cups and the 9 of Cups, which is actually really, really cool, because the 3 of Cups is about, well, this is what's really neat about the John Holland deck, is because he uses different words to describe the card, and this is rejoice and celebration. The thing is about this card, though, it's also about reunions. So, it could be reuniting with people. It could also be reuniting with yourself in some way. Like maybe there's a specific practice. Maybe you stopped playing music for a while and you are reconnecting with it again. And that is definitely a cause for celebration. So it could be humans, so whatever it is, it's definitely a time to rejoice. And also, it jumps right into and it's right next to and jumps into the 9 of Cups, which is fulfillment of wishes. The 9 in, I think probably next to the Star, are the 2 best wish cards. And it's also for healing as well. So, you've got some really good things coming, and it should be a really good month. And maybe, you might be getting together with people that you don't normally get together with, which would make sense since it is July, it's summertime. This is when we do have gatherings and reconnect with people. So anyway, I did get a little bit nervous when I saw the 5 of Wands here, because this is about obstacles and challenges. However, you also got the Temperance card, which is really nice. So yeah, it's not going to be perfect, and in fact, you may even come across some kind of an obstacle as a result of this reunion. I can't really say, only you will know, but all this says is to be patient, just bide your time. Temper yourself, control your emotions, and just wait it out, because ultimately it's going to turn out great. Not just fine, but great, because the 9 of Cups is, for me, the dominant card in this reading. And interestingly enough, I pulled a Mudra card for you, and all of the Mudra cards I've been pulling have been going really well with all of these readings. So the one that you got here is Courage. Show yourself what's in you. And I like how this relates to all of this, because aside from using patience to help you with whatever obstacle this is, whatever it is that is, I don't want to say getting in your way. It's like honestly, in this case, it's just a bump in the road. It's not really going to be a huge thing, because you are going to have the patience for it. And a little courage also helps, So anyway, this is the Durga Mudra, and I will read it to you, and then I'll explain to you how to use it. This anti-panic mudra is dedicated to the invincible goddess Durga. She rides a snarling lion, and in each of her many hands, she holds a weapon. These she uses to terrible effect, killing her enemies or putting them to fight. In a case of panic attack, it is important to restrain your inhalation and intensify your exhalation. This is really interesting, because wait till I tell you the meditation that goes with this. Keep your hands tightly pressed, stand with slightly bent knees, and concentrate on the soles of your feet. Visualize yourself as the weapon-yielding, screeching Durga. Your appearance alone will ensure the respect of the others. Does this conception simply make you chuckle? All the better. So, this also has a little mantra I will read to you. What tries to frighten me is nothing more than a ghost, which I chase away with a single glance. Ugh. Wow, okay, that goes with this. Okay, so whatever this is, whatever this obstacle is, your response to that is, What tries to frighten me is nothing more than a ghost, which I chase away with a single glance. Yes, I love that. I want to say yes, girl, but I could have many men listening who don't identify as female, so I will not say yes, girl. I'll just say yes. Anyway, so this is your mudra, okay? Basically, you'll take your hands, you'll close your fists, but you'll hold on to the thumbs. And put the thumbs between the first finger and the second finger, and this is how you'll hold them. So the way that it's described on this card is to stand and to bend the knees slightly while your feet are planted in the earth. But another way that you can work with mudras, I mean, I like the idea to stand for this one, but you can also sit and use a mudra. And also, the breath work is the most important. And that's why I kind of giggled when I read this one. Because it says, in case of a panic attack, it's important to restrain your inhalation and intensify your exhalation. Now, that's for a panic attack. Now, excuse me, sometimes doing breath work may not help a panic attack. What I just wanted to talk to you about is just this general breathing technique that we use, which helps to regulate your nervous system. And nervous system regulation is of utmost importance, and so many people are just not even aware of it. So I have literally made it my life's mission to tell anyone and everyone to regulate their nervous system, because when we are going through chronic stressors in our lives, some people experience deep trauma throughout their childhood, and no matter when it happens, when you get overstimulated like that and your body sends you into fight or flight, the abundance of cortisol in the body really affects the way your body functions. Chronic stress even affects the functioning of your prefrontal cortex, which is why trauma survivors are often, they feel like their brains aren't working, and they can even get misdiagnosed with ADHD and depression. But what you really need to do is work on the brain. So whether you're a trauma survivor or not, even if you just have a stressful life, doing this breath work will really help you. So here it goes. Super easy. Anybody can do it. You'll inhale. You don't have to do it now. You can do it later if you want. But when you inhale, inhale to a count of 5 or 6. And when you exhale, slow the breath down so that the exhalation is longer than the inhalation, and you'll end up counting to 6 or 7 or 8. That immediately stimulates the vagus nerve, which is what activates the parasympathetic nervous system, period. When we are in constant state of fight or flight, our sympathetic nervous system is overly activated. And what we want to do is bring it back into balance by activating the parasympathetic nervous system. If we don't come back into balance after stressful events, whatever they are, you can get stuck in that fight or flight and not even realize it. Some people are not even connected enough with their bodies to realize that they're in this constant survival mode. And just as an aside, one of the ways you can tell if you're in constant survival mode, overly emotional responses to things, being overly reactive to things, getting angry really easily without realizing why. You might notice, wow, I've been really, really bitchy lately, really irritable lately, and you feel like you don't have control over it. A lot of times people will say those are symptoms of depression, but if you have any kind of a trauma background, it's really a symptom of that. So use these self-regulation techniques. There are tons out there, but this is just the one that I will share with you. But I'll probably share more on my other page. I do run another channel that's about self-healing. And yeah, just try it. You know what? 5 minutes a day. That's all you need. Everyone has 5 minutes a day. There is not one human on this planet, I shouldn't say on this planet, but everyone has 5 minutes. When you sit down to sleep, you can stop for 5 minutes and do some breath work and then go to sleep. When you wake up in the morning, don't check your phone or your email. Stop and do some breath work for 5 minutes. There is absolutely no excuse. everyone can spend 5 minutes for their mental health and their physical health, because regulating the nervous system also helps when you have chronic illness. Because when you're in the parasympathetic nervous system, that is when the body heals itself. I could go into it a lot more, but I will not for now. Feel free to Google anything that I said and read about it. But anyway, more on that later. Pisces, you know, you're so sweet. I love Pisces. I have some Pisces friends, and they're just so loving and gentle and accepting, and yeah, so you know, I'm really excited for you. I'm glad that these good things are coming for you, and I'm really glad that there'll be this celebration. Do not let this obstacle get in your way. Have courage, have patience, temper yourself, do your breathing exercises, regulate your nervous system so that you can stay calm in these times of stress, okay? Thank you, Pisces. Love you big time. Thank you for joining me. And if this reading resonated with you in any way, please click the like or subscribe button and maybe even share it with a Pisces that you know. And hopefully you'll tune in next month, and I will see you then. Until then, have an awesome July. Bye, Pisces.